Hey y'all, it's Indigo here. Wanted to make this video because, well, hopefully it'll keep the guild on track and show them that there's more than one way to bust through a General Grievous squad. I know we've been coming up against a lot of Grievous walls in territory wars, and we fight a lot of Grievous squads in Grand Arena Championships. So maybe this video will be helpful to you or your guild, especially if you got to get through, a double wall. And it seems more and more people are kind of going that route. So these are some teams that you can use, and this is kind of how you do it to take out those Grievous squads. Starting off with the easiest one, the one that probably most people are the most familiar with, is a Bastille-led Jedi Knight Revan team with Grandmaster Yoda, Jolee, and Hermit Yoda. Of course, you want to make sure you've got G13 on as much of your team as possible. And this team that you're seeing here, I've got everybody gear 13 except for Hermit Yoda, who's gear 12. And I've got a couple relics on my Grandmaster Yoda. I think I've got a couple relics on Jolee. Obviously, you want to stack him up for health, because if the whole team gets taken out, it's going to be up to him to be able to last long enough to revive everybody. And so what you want to do is go after B2 first, obviously, get him out of the picture, and then you're just killing time until your direct focus comes up and you could take out General Grievous. Once you get him marked, it's pretty easy. You just keep throwing damage at him till you can get him gone, and then after you get him gone, start taking out the others one by one just as it goes. And I sped this up because, again, I'm sure most everyone's familiar with this particular counter. It's the most widely used, and people seem to be, have it down. But then after they use this, you may have 49 other General Grievouses that you got to take out, and you want to be able to take out more than one in case some of your guildmates are sleeping or whatever. So here's something you can use. This next one is Nightsisters. Now, I've been talking with the people in the Nightsister faction Discord, and they kind of pointed me in the right direction on this. This team is not as well geared as the other one that I took out with the Jedi, just because I'm familiar with that team, and this one is still kind of a work in progress. All my Nightsisters are gear 13, and you want Daka to be a high relic. It's key that she's got a ton of health and her Zeta, because you want her to survive to be able to keep bringing everybody back. And you don't want Grievous to target her and be able to take her out when he ramps up his damage and starts doing the AoEs. She's got to survive no matter what. So, got to have a decent high relic Daka. And other than that, you just keep going. And with MT lead, I think it's a little bit easier because she keeps bringing them back. Once you get Spirit to die, let's say, and Spirit's dead, then you keep doing the basics, and that way Spirit can hit from the grave, and you're doing a lot more damage than you would otherwise. And so that's kind of the goal here. And the more deaths that you can get on your Nightsisters, the better, because it's going to ramp up Daka's health, and it's going to ramp up Asajj as long as you have her Rampage Zeta. You can see right there, Daka was able to bring everybody back, except for Spirit, but that's fine. As long as you can keep 4 out of the 5 alive, once you start losing 2 or more, you want to try to bring everybody back. But you want to try and keep 4 alive and be bringing somebody back from the grave to get the extra hits. So that's why I do basics right there, get the extra damage. Killed B2 and brought someone back. Now Daka's got her revive, and so it's down just to Grievous and B1. So starts getting easier and easier as you can bring your team members back, and they can't. There's nothing Grievous can do except keep hitting hard. So you just got to keep at it, keep reviving people when you get the chance. And now you can see I got the whole team back, and that's it. Now it's down to a lone Grievous. So just keep going after him. I got basics, and that way Spirit will hit from the grave. Again, makes them hit even harder, get stronger. So I have no need to revive Spirit right there. Just keep doing basics, getting the damage in, and it's only going to improve with mods and the higher relics that you go. This next one is a good comp to use against Watt. You can see I've got a Grievous squad with Watt here. And a lot of the Watts that I'm facing right now are not 7-star or high relics. So I think this one was 5, 6 stars, not sure. But he was gear 11 with the Zeta. And that's fine. You can see that a lot of people make the mistake of putting Watt in their Grievous squad, and then they got B2 relicked up to like relic 3 because that's what we needed for the General Skywalker thing, but then he still has a gear 12 Magna. Well, Watt is going to automatically give out the taunting tech to the tank with the highest health plus protection. And if you've relicked up your B2 and not your Magna, that means B2 is going to be the one with the taunt. So we just isolate him, that way he doesn't have the taunt. And then I use Thrawn as my 5th to get a Fracture in there and Fracture Magna when I need to. That way he doesn't have the taunt and I can take Watt out. You don't want Watt bringing back anybody, and you want to try to avoid having him get off all 3 techs if possible. 2 is fine. You don't want that 3rd one on there. You just don't want to make it harder for yourself. Once Watt is gone, start taking out B2 like you normally would, and he's isolated, so he's not going to be gaining a ton of turn meter or feeding turn meter to the team. So it definitely goes much easier. I haven't tried it where Magna is higher than the B2. I'm figuring that it would work in a similar fashion. But you can see here, once Watt's gone, that's it. I just got to worry about controlling taunt on Magna and then doing the damage I can whenever it's time for B2, top off his isolate. So EP died. I got EP as the lead. You want that just so you get more turn meter every time you're dropping debuffs. And then right there, I can annihilate Grievous. That's all you're trying to do, is not really kill anybody. And you don't want to get Grievous under his 100% health. You don't want him to force mark anybody until you can get in there and annihilate him. Once you annihilate him, then you're free to just go hard on taking out the rest of the squad, because there's nothing they can do. B1's going to eventually kill himself, and you just take out B2, who's isolated, and Magna, who is fractured half the time. He ain't going to be doing nothing. Even with the techs that they have, they're basically useless. So this is a really good counter for Watt if you're worried about having your Jedi Knight Revan and Bastila team and messing up, failing. This is what I do. Now keep in mind, everybody on this team is gear 13 except for my EP, who was gear 12, and he died. He's squishy anyway. Everyone else is gear 13, and they're built to survive. I think they're all relic 1 except for Scion, who's relic 4. So that's another team you can use, and you see 19 banners. And the last squad that I'm going to show you, if most of you haven't used this squad and don't have practice with it, this will work. This one has BB-8 in it, and it's just your Padme-led Galactic Republic squad. I like R2 in here. He's got stuns, and the fact that he can boost up the team, give him a little bit of stat bonuses is nice right off the bat. I put Shakti in, and I was hoping that she would dispel, and that would be useful, but really, she didn't amount to a whole lot. I would think that Zeta Barris would be better here if you have her available. I should have used her instead, just because she has that passive heal, and the fact that her ability can heal, that would be a lot more helpful. But of course, they're gear 12, and they're not here anymore. As long as you got Padme and Anakin, and you see I got GK over there, that's enough to get the job done, because it all relies on the damage and the courage and getting that protection up to kind of keep everybody alive while all that's going on. But you see it's down to just Grievous and B1 now. You are going to take a hit. It's a lot harder with BB-8 in there, because he's going to speed up the whole enemy team and make them go first. But once you get the first few kills out of the way, as long as your principals survive, then it's easy. You got to keep Anakin alive for that kind of max damage, and Padme to keep giving everybody protection up. Alright, so hopefully you found that helpful. Some other teams you can use when there's Watt or BB-8 involved, of course, would be your Darth Revan team. Or you can use a 6 or 5-star General Skywalker with decent relic clones. Both of those will work fine. I just happen to have mine on defense, so I couldn't show you those here. So hopefully this will help and allow you guys not to get stuck on those walls and do your part for your guilds. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.